What's up, guys? We're back here at GSL Code S. And Life just coasted through this.
That's right. We're going to put him on the new $1 bill, Tasteless.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because he's the first to get out of the group.
There you go. On the first, the 1,000 won bill. Yes, excuse me. Had to dig up that complicated word and my lexicon. So like, what is it? Bill. So we're going to go now to the losers match. Symbol and ByuL, excuse me.
Yeah, one of these guys is going to drop down to round 1 of Code A, a.k.a. Hell.
Nerd Hell.
Yeah.
Where Wolf and Caldor cast their games.
That's right.
And they put hot coal pokers in your armpits. Oh!
All right, who do you think between ByuL and Symbol? I'm actually going to take ByuL here. I think ByuL's going to play
I'm gonna
a newer style. And
I'm actually going to say ByuL 2-0 because Symbol looks so off in that first series.
Symbol's style, like, I don't think will match up well necessarily. ByuL has always been kind of a cutting edge third. Well, we'll see if he does that here.
The trick, I think, to beating Symbol is you don't let him get to the end game because he's too good.
Yeah, when Symbol gets into the late game, he is fearsome.
Yes.
He is so fearsome.
All right, guys, it's time. Our map is going to be Daybreak. Is Symbol, one of the best circuits in the world, going to go out right away, or is ByuL, our new nerd on the block, going to be eliminated? We're going to find out soon here at the GSL. In the upper right, having a really tough time against Life and losing, we have Symbol. Say it, Artosis. Symbol. And in the bottom left, he's very new and very good, but this group is really, really tough to figure out who's going to get out. He is and you read that right. He is on LGIM, which means he's training with, MVP, Nesty, the best players in the world, basically.
Yeah, no, I mean, they don't win team leagues, but they win all the championships.
Yes, that's right.
So it's like, it's interesting. How do you name what the best team is? And I mean, you could do like what team does best in team competitions, or what team wins the most championships. There's a few different ways you can look at it. So in some regards, you could call IM the best team.
Yeah.
Not in all, though. Certainly not. I think they certainly
they're players. When you line up all of their individual achievements, then yeah.
Oh well, then they're the best by like 20 miles.
Yes,
they actually have like over 50% of the championships.
Kilometers, yes.
Huh?
Never mind. NM. All right, so we got a deviation here with how they're both opening, but it can usually lead us to the same place anyways. One guy goes pool first, the other one goes hatchery first.
Well, Symbol hasn't been getting gas very early, so he might go that queen heavy style again. We'll see here in just a little bit. I mean, his gas would be starting pretty soon if he's going to play a kind of more normal style. But if he's playing his own Symbol style, then it's going to be a bit tougher.
Certainly so.
Well, we'll see how it matches up against ByuL, though, because we don't know for sure how ByuL wants to play here. Not everyone's capable of doing what Life does. That is for certain.
Yeah. Well, Artosis, we're going to have to watch the production tab for a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me. Ask me something.
What should I ask you?
You want me to ask you something?
Well, I asked you a question. What should I ask you?
Okay.
That's a question.
All right, here's the question for you. Which is your least favorite, bus, subway, or taxi in Seoul?
My least favorite is bus.
All right,
I don't
that's
like
the correct answer.
Yeah. I don't care for buses.
Actually, taxis I tend to get sicker on.
Yeah, well, they drive like maniacs a lot of the time. Not all of them, but a good amount.
All right, that was not my best question I've ever asked you, Artosis. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
That's okay. We're new.
We're new. I haven't done this for 6 weeks. I totally forgot how to cast.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
Before when we had to go over what we're going to be doing this season. I'm like, well, what do I have to do again? They're like, well, you just did it 6 weeks ago. I'm like, I totally forgot. What is my job? Like, you cast StarCraft. I'm like, how do I do that? Well, you talk into this microphone. I'm like, okay.
Tasteless is basically, for anyone out there that's confused, he's like an ant, right? Because ants, how long do they live? Do they live 6 weeks or something? Let's say an ant lives 6 weeks.
And they also can pick up things
Tasteless,
4 times their size.
Yes.
Just like Tasteless.
Yes, just like Tasteless. But
they also...
Tasteless forgets everything every 6 weeks and has to start
yeah,
over.
I don't
He's
I don't
fresh,
know.
clean slate.
What is this game? Is this
No.
Space Invaders? Huh? What is this?
There you go. All right, well, ByuL right now getting speed, getting a Baneling Nest, whereas Symbol is going directly into Roaches and a Spine. And Symbol actually has 3 queens, so he's still going kind of queen heavy, still playing kind of his own style. Now, if ByuL actually goes for like a Baneling Bust, that's not going to be the best thing he could possibly do against Symbol, because Spines, Queens, and Roaches are the 3 things that are really good against Banelings.
You know, I'm gonna call this now. I think, let's say Symbol wins this series.
Yeah.
I think he could beat Creator.
Yeah, it definitely a
Because
possibility.
Creator does not end games right away. Yeah, and that means that Symbol's going to be in that ample moment for him where it's really hard to beat him.
That's true.
Know?
Creator is a player that wants to end it on 3 bases in PvZ. So,
right.
I mean, if Symbol can bring it beyond there, Symbol, when it goes into the late game, I'm talking like Broodlord and Fester, once he actually gets those out, you are dead. He's like the best at it.
He's phenomenal. Him, and then I think Leenock.
Yeah.
But Symbol's in a league ahead of Leenock even.
Leenock is like a lower economy Broodlord Infester, whereas Symbol is the ultimate Zerg Broodlord Infester with the ring of Spore Crawlers in his base.
Yeah. Well, he's the ultimate endgame Broodlord Infester.
Yeah. He actually keeps his money down because he spends all his drones on making crawlers. A little bit of harassment going on.
Didn't get that one drone, unfortunately.
It doesn't really have anywhere to go with these. All right, well, we have the layer coming up for both players, but Symbol's layer is actually a bit quicker. So the style that ByuL is playing is actually playing into Symbol's hands slightly, because this is what Symbol wants. He wants to not get way behind early on. He wants to play this kind of more heavy macro game. And the fact that his tech is quicker, this is how life beat him, is by getting such quick tech, by putting on a bunch of pressure, then bam, tech, expand, everything at once. Whereas ByuL is kind of playing at the same pace as Symbol. Even though his third is a little bit quicker, his layer is a little bit slower, and Symbol's going to get out those units he wants in a safe and timely manner.
Nice little isolation of this one Roach here. And nice micro back there, actually manages to save that.
Yeah. Roach made it. People doubted him.
Yeah, but hey man, he's out of there. That's what counts.
It is. Okay, so ByuL going straight into that infestation pit. We don't have that yet for Symbol, as we haven't had that yet for Symbol really at all. He really likes to focus on those Roaches a little bit more. But you know, he's probably going to have to think about doing a little push out, because ByuL's third base is quicker and he's teching. So, you know, Symbol, I feel like he may want to actually move out at 1-1, make a big round of Roaches, and try to put some pressure on there. Otherwise, ByuL is just going to have a better economy and quicker tech. And then he'll be able to catch up in Roaches.
All right, the Lings are now going to... Well, he's going to send 2 around here to do a little bit of scouting. And, I don't know. I like how this looks so far for Symbol. You know, Symbol, I think if he gets that third up and running, which he hasn't been able to do in his other ZBZs, he could be in good shape.
Yeah, but I feel like he also has to do a little bit of damage with this attack.
Yeah, sure.
But ByuL is playing this very, very well. You know, they have similar drone counts, but better saturation from ByuL since he has that third base. His pathogen glands are almost halfway done. And as far as the Roach count goes, though, he is down. So we'll see if Symbol can actually get across here and do this damage. And here we go. This is what Symbol's been trying to do all day. And it's working out so far.
Note that +1 attack not quite done yet. For ByuL, it's about to finish. And wow, look at that.
Yeah,
looky.
He's just going to run away. Really well done here by
There's actually
Symbol.
very rare moments where that's what you want to do.
Yeah, well, he realized, you know, that...
there's no investors out. He can't be fungal. He can just run for it.
That is true. And, you know, ByuL, I feel like, didn't necessarily micro very well there. He could have definitely done moving shots backwards while the hatch was being targeted, so that Symbol would either have to commit into the natural or do a running away battle where he loses a lot more Roaches. So
yeah, exactly.
Now Symbol definitely in a lead, though. Looking pretty good with his third base.
Really doing a great job here closing in. And ByuL's going to have to really book it out of here. don't even know about this moving shot stuff from ByuL right now. He's going to regroup here. I think there might still be too much here from Symbol. He has a small army now going around, but that was spotted by the Overlords here.
Yeah, nothing seemed to be working out for ByuL so far today. And Symbol's going right up to 2-2. And in fact, Symbol's just staying on roaches. You know what? This is actually very interesting because a lot of the old TSL team that just disbanded, you know, reserve players. And Symbol's actually showing a style that we haven't really seen. He's actually just focusing on upgrades and roaches only. And this is actually piquing my interest right now because ByuL is going into Infestor. He actually needs to go into Turtle mode because what Symbol is doing is not prepared for the late game other than in its upgrades, which are good, but they don't matter as much as Infestors. So really, ByuL needs to start playing very defensively right here, and he is not in the right position for this.
All right, Symbol comes in here. He's going to have to run up that little concave. Nice fungal there. But it looks like already Symbol going upward over here, and he's going to hit the center-left expansion, the third base.
Well, he's hitting two places at once right now, sending a group of roaches into the main as well. Good fungal going down from ByuL, but Symbol has a huge amount of supply, and he is hitting on two fronts.
All right, he's in the main now, going to do a lot of damage to these drones. It looks like it's possible here for ByuL to hold this upper left location here, but then again, that is a lot of roaches here from Symbol. Symbol continuing to push down right now, but a lot of drones are going to be killed off up here, and more roaches still on the way right now for both parties.
That's right. Symbol actually has about 45 more supply, and ByuL just used up his Infestor energy, so now he's going to have to just fight roach on roach, but he's fighting with 1-0 against 2-2, so Symbol with more roaches and vastly superior upgrades is just killing.
This might be the point of no return. I mean, he's going to get so many drones here. It just seems to me like ByuL just can't defend this many locations at once. Had Symbol had his entire army in a big clumping ball, maybe he could have held off with good bungles and good arcing of his army, but instead he has GG.
Well, you know what? It's really interesting because when I see what Symbol's going for now. When you're going for those Infestors, and you've gotten that slightly quicker third base, as ByuL did, those are both things you look at and you say, well, ByuL's setting up better for the late game. But the thing is, Symbol has a little timing built in there where when you do that, he splits up his roaches, and he has enough that you can't quite split right against it.
Right,
If it was all heads up, you know, army against army, ByuL with good positioning, with his macro right there, rallying in quickly with good fungals, probably holds on. But hitting two locations at once like that, Symbol is exacerbating his huge amount of roaches, and I am so interested. Wow, that is a cool, different style that we don't really get to see.
I also love the splitting of the roach armies. That's exactly how you want to play.
Yeah.
If they have less roaches, even if you only send 3 roaches into the main, for instance, that's going to kill a lot of drones.
It certainly is.
You might get some drones on their gas. They might not even notice to put the drones back in there. There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong for the other team if they're just down. And I think that's great because last year early on we saw a lot of people who would just attack with their entire roach army. And other times they couldn't be utilized due to the fact that surface area in that specific engagement, did not allow the roaches to damage each other, and that's because the roaches don't have much range. All right, guys, we're going on into game number 2 between these two. Remember, the loser goes down to Code A, and the winner goes on to face off against Creator to see who will move on to the round of 16 here at